Hello, this is Rage Quitter and this is episode 3 in our series on Heavy Shield skills. In this series we talk about advanced techniques using the Heavy Shield such as the Insta-Kill, Spike Drone, Boost Slam Bashing, and in this episode, weapon swapping with the Overkill class. The Overkill class with the Heavy Shields allows us more options with the Heavy Shield when engaging the opponent at mid to long distance ranges. The average Call of Duty player doesn't realize it, but there are faster ways to swap between the primary Heavy Shield and the secondary Overkill weapon than merely using the Fast Hands perk alone. In fact, there are 3 extra ways or 3 more ways to swap between weapons that is faster and more efficient than the Fast Hands perk. In this video, we'll be talking about the 3 other techniques to swap weapons with the Heavy Shield Overkill class. This first technique is the Exo-Shield Swap technique. In this technique, you press triangle and then activate the Exo-Shield. This animation is faster than using the Fast Hands perk and does offer slightly more protection while you're swapping weapons with the Exo-Shield activated. The next technique is the Quick Swap technique. This is a technique that was used even in former Call of Duty titles. In this technique, we press triangle, R2, triangle. In Advanced Warfare, there's an even faster way to do this, and that's by pressing R2, triangle, triangle. This is what I call the Insta-Swap technique, to swap weapons with the Heavy Shield. In my opinion, the Insta-Swap and the Quick Swap technique are more efficient ways of swapping the Heavy Shield than using Exo-Shield Swap alone. In the next series of clips, you'll see me using these 2 techniques to take out the opponent with secondary Overkill weapons. The benefit to using the Exo-Shield Swap technique is that the button pressing is a little bit easier to master and learn. After all you have to do is press triangle and then activate the Exo-Shield. The downside to using this technique, and the reason why I don't recommend it for someone who uses a primary weapon Heavy Shield, is that when you use the Exo-Shield Swap technique, it does take out some of the battery life of your Exo-Shield. And I tend to preserve as much of the battery as possible so that I'm able to use the Insta-Kill technique as many times as possible in one life. With that being said, let's talk more about the Insta-Swap and the Quick Swap techniques. Both of these techniques are just a matter of learning the button pressing patterns. With time, the automatic muscle memory that is created allows you to do this at will. And just like the average Call of Duty assault rifle player knows to aim down sights prior to firing the weapon, this becomes almost natural and automatic to the average Call of Duty player. The expert Heavy Shielder in Call of Duty knows, and it almost becomes second nature, that to swap to the secondary weapon we use these advanced techniques. With time, the muscle memory makes it possible for us to do this at will, to attack the opponent at medium to long distance ranges, or to attack the enemy that's at close range who's caught off guard, reloading the weapon, or who's attempting to flee from the Heavy Shield. With the Overkill class, we're able to have more options of engagement. For close ranges, I always recommend the Insta-Kill technique or Quick Spikes. For medium to long distance ranges, we can use our secondary Overkill weapon. In terms of choices for secondary Overkill weapons, in the past Call of Duty titles, a lot of people would use the shotgun. Because in Advanced Warfare we're able to do the Insta-Kill technique, my preference is to use a secondary Overkill weapon that allows for good medium to long distance capabilities. Some of my favorite choices are the EM1 laser, because this allows me to have good hipfire spread but also good medium to long distance capabilities. And the other benefit is I never have to reload. Other weapons that you never have to reload are like the melee or the Pytech. By using one of these weapons, I can take out an enemy and then insta-swap back to the Heavy Shield and continue to press the enemy spawn with the Heavy Shield without having to pause and take the time to reload. In the comment section below, let me know which of these techniques you prefer, whether it's the Exo-Shield, the Insta-Swap, or the Quick Swap techniques. In the next video, we'll be talking about Boost Slam Bashing. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next video.